let's jump into this. How's everyone doing today? I am actually here with the one, the only, the legend, PlutoRL, Pluto Rocket League. How are you doing today, bud?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad. I asked you before we started if we're going to play 2s or 3s. You said let's jump into 2, so here we are, searching, queuing up. While we are queuing up, how many hours of Rocket League have you played?
A little under 6,000, I think.
Now, with 6,000 hours, are you happy with that time invested? Would you take any of it back?
No, not really.
Now that is the answer of an absolute madman and killer. If people are aware of you, they might know that some of these questions are going to be a little bit easy to answer, as we see that flick right there. Number 1, what is your competitive rank?
What's the highest rank in the game again? I forget.
I would like to call that Grand Champ. I might be wrong, though.
That sounds about right.
That sounds about... So, the first Grand Champ to appear on this series, and I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited about that. Ooh. Hey, you know what's funny? I was just testing your... I wanted to see 3-on-1 Pluto Rocket League and see if he could handle it, and I'll be honest, that's all my fault. So, let's just quickly move on.
Okay.
1s, 2s, or 3s. You said that you prefer 2s. Do you play 3s often, or like, is it only 2s?
Ever since I started stepping back from competitive, it's been mostly 2s.
Okay. Do you ever play any 1s?
Yeah, sometimes.
Is it more that you used to play 1s and now you're backing off a little bit, or?
I think it's about the same as when I competed.
Okay.
I've never liked them, so it's always been body.
It is an acquired taste for sure. Now here's probably the most loaded question that I could give you. Do you ever do any free play?
Yeah.
Okay.
In between games, like a normal person, I guess. I don't spend hours and hours doing it anymore.
Okay. So I suppose this is probably the easy question for me. Is it only free play, or do you find yourself doing like training packs as well?
I mean, nowadays I don't really have any drive to improve or anything, but when I did, I would do a mix.
Okay. Is there any training packs that you would recommend that you like favorited?
No, not really. I just kind of go through the featured. I should have probably invest more time in finding better ones, but I'm too lazy.
You know what? I don't think that it's negatively impacting you. Now here's the two tough questions, the self-reflective questions. Number 1, what do you think your biggest strength is in this game?
Oh, okay. That's a good question. I have no idea. It'd probably be my wall game, I guess.
Okay. Now, is that just from countless hours on the wall, or did that come naturally?
Couldn't tell you.
All right, that's fair.
There's like nowhere in my game that I'm like confident in anymore. It's been most of my games outdated nowadays.
Okay. So now here's the flip side of that coin. What is the biggest weakness in your game?
Probably mechanics in general.
Okay. Thank you for bailing me out there.
All good.
Now I noticed that you mentioned that you don't really do too much free play anymore. But when you do you feel like the mechanics are improving, or is it just like I really am kind of enjoying the Grand Champ status and taking it from there?
I haven't really felt a sense of improvement in probably over a year and a half. So it's just kind of I've been stagnated right around low to mid GC for a while.
Okay.
So free play doesn't really help me. It just kind of passes the time, I guess.
I figure we could mind game this guy as much as possible.
I'm down.
So getting into the final parts of it, do you feel like you have a style to your play? Is it well-rounded? Is it kind of defensive? Do you like being up attacking, or do you know at that Grand Champ level, hey, I need to be anywhere and everywhere?
I'd say it's a bit more defensive, compared to a lot of players nowadays. More, I'm not very good at predicting my opponents anymore, so I just kind of either play back and let my teammates handle it, or be up in their face, one of the two. I can't really give them too much room.
Okay.
Or else they'll destroy me nowadays.
You're making my life a little bit too easy with these answers. Ooh, I thought I had that one. I did.
That's fine. I didn't have it either.
Okay, so moving on. This is going to be kind of more of a loaded question just based on your status. But you stream. Do you ever watch other Rocket League players stream? Do you ever watch pros stream or anything like that? Other pros, I should say.
Oh yeah, I watch. I don't watch a ton of Rocket League on Twitch, but I know so many of the streamers. I just kind of hang out in a lot of their streams.
Okay.
Like, just because Rizzo, Squishy, like all those guys, they're fun to watch. Especially Rizzo, he's probably one of my favorite Rocket League streamers.
That was gonna be kind of the main question there. Early forfeit, we're still gonna use this game footage because why not? I'll ask, even with that, do you ever watch pro? But like, at this point, do you ever watch tips and tricks videos, or do you read anything on the subreddit, or do you think the knowledge is kind of there now?
No, I don't read any. I don't seek out any sort of like tips and tricks or anything. Like I browse the subreddit, but not really to learn. I just kind of browse it to stay updated on community and all that.
It's all about bangers. All right. Well, hey, Pluto, what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch it out. And next time anyone hears from us, we're gonna be looking at a 5-1 own goal win here. All right.
Dope.
Perfect. We'll be right back. What is going on, everyone? We are back. I am here with the one, the only, bigger than a small planet, Pluto Rocket League. How you doing, bud?
Not too bad. How are you?
Not too bad. I'm going to bring my notes on over here just so we can get ready. And we're actually going to have our first moment show up. It's a little bit of a bonus moment. It's not going to be that flick, even though that flick is phenomenal. It really is. But it's going to be something a little gut-wrenching is the word that I'm going to use for that. So, great block right there. Ball's coming back in. You're a defensive machine. Here's the moment right now, though. I want to know what's going through your mind right in this scenario.
Mostly just trying to get in the way of phased shot. The bounce off of the crossbar, I didn't really know if it was going to bounce down, if it was going to bounce at an angle, if it was going to bounce straight back out. So I had to wait on it. And by the time I waited, he had the ball in his car. So I just had to get in front of it since I was so far behind. Yeah.
I'll be honest. I think you play this well. However, as your teammate right there, he gets a little love tap from behind. He's going to put it in.
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect him to just dribble it like that, nowhere near the net.
I'm taking full credit. I probably should have been boosting all the way in. But let's get on to the important stuff, because the true moment number one isn't too far away. What's going through your mind in this scenario right now? You have Rise in front of you.
Well, I was basically just ball chasing, hitting the ball 50 feet above the net. And so it's going to bounce straight back down right on top of him. Given his skill level, he's no Kronovi. Like he's got his ball cam on. He's looking straight up. He's disoriented. Probably going to go up the wall or something. Like I landed right there. Like I'm like 6 feet from him when I land. Like might as well go for a demo. If I miss the demo, the boost's right there. he probably uses all his boost to get to the ball. There's nothing there when he gets down. Maybe 12 boost pad right there. So it's a quick swoop. You're at midfield. Can't really go wrong.
You nailed it. I don't even have to say anything. The notes that I have written down is attempted bump to boost steal. We are going to see Rise duck that a little bit. You're going to get the boost on the way out, though. And I'll ask you, are you happy with the outcome, or do you want a little bit more?
I would have liked to get the demo, but you can't be greedy in scenarios like that and take too much time.
I think that's a good mindset. But just watching the attempted demo was pretty good. Here's moment number 2 right now. Ball up in the air. It might be on. It might be off. We aren't quite sure. It might be a little off if you're looking at my replay. What's going through your mind right now with this ball up in the air? Are you trying to shoot this, or are you trying to pass it?
Well, when I jumped up for it, my intention was to redirect it in at 1,000,000 miles an hour. But as soon as I jumped, I realized my jump was awful. I'm probably not going to score this. I don't think it's off target. So if I'm just trying to either score it or slightly miss, so it bounces straight back out, because you got them both beat. Actually, no, you don't. He just messed up.
It does work out.
I was assuming you'd have them both beat.
We're going to call that a good pass. That's what we're going to do. Are you happy with the outcome with knowing what happened, or do you wish that you did put that on?
Oh, of course. I definitely would have wanted to score that, but since I'm watching this game now, I mean, you still got the goal.
always the full-on team player. But team player or not, this is where the best of the best begin to shine. You're landing on FaZe's car right now. Normally, that's straight panic mode for anyone that had. It means you're going to flip, you're going to land awkwardly, you're going to be out of the play for a little bit. I want to know, in the mind of someone that has RLCS level status, the game mechanics, everything that includes that, what's going through your mind in this scenario?
Well, before I started to land on top of FaZe, I was going for that mid boost. Maybe cut the ball off, maybe do it all on one swoop. But then he cuts in towards the ball while I'm flipping. So obviously I'm going to land right on him. And I don't know what the heck is going to... Okay, what are you doing here?
I just want to see...
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, how he kind of swoops in.
Yeah.
Right when you're... I want people to see what you're seeing. Yeah, go on. At this moment, is it panic mode for you, or are you confident?
Ideally, I hold a power slide and I keep momentum, because the biggest thing in Rocket League is in situations like this, being able to keep your momentum and not completely spin out for 20 seconds of the game. Maybe he tries to jump while I'm over him and he gets Goomba stomped. That'd be great. But I just trying to, at this point, I'm trying to get in his way and maybe get the mid boost at the same time. Maybe get the ball. Who knows? You're pretty far off, so his teammate's probably in his goal or something. I don't know.
That, as much as a Goomba stop would be phenomenal in this scenario, you do bring up the idea of power sliding. Is that something that you want to touch on, why that works?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're in this situation, I just kind of flip immediately. But if you're landing awkwardly, if you're landing with your wheels faced 90 degrees to the right instead of forward, and you want to go forward, and you hold power slide, maybe jump immediately after hitting the ground. If you hold power slide, obviously most people know, you still continue going forward somewhat. It doesn't just stop you immediately.
For the people that don't know, when you do land crooked, you land sideways, often your car will just kind of stop. If you hold that power slide, it locks the wheels, it keeps the momentum going. And what you just did right there, it was executed fantastically. I'm an English major. You'd think I would know the right word for that scenario. Regardless, you're going to get goal number 3 right there, and it's all due to you getting back despite landing on someone's car. Excellent recovery mechanics. We're about a minute and a half away from the next moment. You just kind of want to walk us through what you're seeing for a little bit?
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm just trying to play back, let you do all the hard work. See, I'm just playing back, man. Just letting you score all the goals. Maybe give a pass or two. I didn't trust you there. I'm just like going super far in.
To be fair, with that aerial that just happened right there, fair for not trusting me.
Yeah, I'm just feeling you out. This is like not too many games in. I don't know your skill level too much. Just kind of playing back, giving you some passes, you giving me some passes. You're whiffing a few times. I'm whiffing a few times.
You
Going
know,
for random aerials like that. Like,
it's all about building trust, and I'll tell you this: you and I are off to a great start. Once episode 100 of Rocket League decision making comes around, we'll see if that trust is a little bit more developed. Great demo right there.
I mean, once you get a demo, it's all about taking advantage of it. Like it's a 2v1 for how many seconds? Like even when they spawn, like they're disoriented, they don't know which part of the field they're going to spawn on. So it's all about taking advantage.
I do believe it's 3 seconds on the demo, and then you have a little bit longer as they come out of that disorientation. So that is excellent to take advantage of.
Oh yeah.
We're going to see a great save right there. Our last key moment is coming up, and we see it happening a few times right now. Every time you go by 100, it seems like you're trying to grab that. Are you consciously thinking about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm constantly looking at how much boost I have, because obviously boost is pretty important. But if there's, like, if I'm alone, if I'm at midfield and everybody is in their goal, or my teammates moving up or something, like, I got 50 boost, I'll take that mid. Like, if there's an opponent nearby, and obviously, if I don't take it, they're going to get it, I will most of the time take it. But if it takes me so far out of my pathing that I, like, am hurt by it, then I obviously won't. But a lot of times I'll see people, they'll leave their boost to their teammate when they're both going back, and they don't communicate that, and their teammate is like, well, heck, I thought you were going to grab that. So they both miss it, and then their opponent takes it, and now they're down 100, and their opponents are up 100.
Yeah.
Obvious disadvantage. There's probably only one boost on your half that you can, like, take without going out of position. So it's
we're
you know what I mean.
Just having a bad day at that point. But that transitions into key moment number 4. We're gonna see you with 0 boost. You're swinging around right now. Tell me, what are you thinking? In your mind, did you grab this 100?
In my mind, I wanted to grab the 100, but as you can see, it took some work. But they had already had a teammate leave. Armstrong wasn't going to pose much of a threat. I had some time to go back and grab it. But in an actual match there, I would still go back for it. Like,
okay.
Even against Kronovi and JNabs, I probably wouldn't have, like, they probably wouldn't have cleared it way over my head in that amount of time.
Okay. That's good to hear, because that actually is the second part of the question, is if you would change anything about that. I'm glad to hear you say no. What that does mean is that it will end up working out, because you did eventually pick up some boost. That's goal number 5, 5-1. They had 3 teammates, I think we discussed at one point. That doesn't stop PlutoRL. This is where the conversation gets interesting. These are the 2 important questions that I ask everyone. Number 1, would you change anything?
Well, obviously, I would try to score that redirect and not pass it to my Diamond 3 teammate.
Your Diamond 3 teammate appreciates it. Let me tell you. And then number 2, overall, are you happy with your decisions?
For the most part, I could have probably warmed up a little bit more before the game to maybe show off a bit more. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it.
Okay. Is there anything that sticks out in your mind? Is there anything that, like, you're really happy that you did, or is there anything that you wish you would have done better?
Well, I'm pretty proud of making 3 casual players rage quit in a matter of 3 minutes. So that's an accomplishment, I think.
Seems like you did pretty well to me, which is why I'm going to tell everyone out there watching this video right now that you are available to watch more often. Plug away anything that you have, because there's definitely quite a few things that we can find you on. And I think the more that people watch you, the better they're going to be, and you're an excellent resource to take advantage of.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I stream a fair amount. I stream maybe 2 or 3, 4 days a week, depending on the week. I tweet a lot. My Twitter and Twitch are both PlutoRL. I don't really do much YouTube. I have some videos of season 1 of RLCS, if that's up your alley. Maybe you want to hear comms from season 1 of RLCS. But other than that, there's not much on there. Maybe in the future. I don't know. We'll see.
Perfect. All of that is going to be linked down below. And if you are interested in that old RLCS footage, it's pretty interesting to hear how far everyone has come. Big thank you to you. Next time everyone hears from me, we'll be hearing my final thoughts. Episode number 10. I'm going to say it one more time. A huge thank you to PlutoRL. He is one of the original grades and a pillar within the Rocket League community. He is definitely one guy to learn from. 3 takeaways. Let's jump into it. Number 1, boost management is key. I've been saying it this entire season 1, but we see Pluto effectively take 100 boosts from the other team because he knows that he can starve them. Number 2, take advantage of any demos that happen within play because it creates a hockey-like power play. You can use that time effectively and score on your opponent. Number 3, practice your recovery and mechanics. I tried to highlight this as much as possible in Pluto's video. It's one of the biggest keys to playing faster. Practice him in free play. He does an amazing job with it, and that's probably one of the biggest advantages to watching pros like him play. So, thank you for watching. Remember, I'm not saying that this is the #1 decision-making Rocket League show on YouTube, but it very well might just be in the top #1. If you like the video, give me a like. If there's anything you want to talk about, please comment down below. And lastly, if you'd like to see more of this, subscribe, because Season 2 is just going to get better. For example, this nice little border right here, we're going to continue to add things that help the viewer experience go up and you take away as much as possible. I just want people to get better at Rocket League. We're all in this together. Take care.